Hi, it's good to have you here today. Welcome to Recovery in Action. And I have a very special guest today. A good friend, have known her all my life. Just a great worker in the community, mighty woman of God, cares about people, loves people, and it's Vonda Bishop.
Thank you, Sharon.
Very good friend. Glad she's here. And I'm Sharon Cranfield. I am from the House of Ruth. I'm actually the director. And it is a home for women that are 18 years of age and older and that are recovering from addiction. And as we all know, not just Connersville, but the entire United States and the world, we are in an epidemic proportions when it comes to opiates and heroin. So we're just here to promote hope through Jesus Christ. And I just want to let you know, it doesn't matter what you're going through. It doesn't matter how far you've gone, where life has taken you, there is always hope. And that's what this show is about. When I first opened and started airing this show, people would ask me, just what exactly are you, wanting to do with this show? And my main purpose is to offer hope to anyone that's hurting, anyone that's in addiction. And it's not always about addiction. It can be abuse. It can be anything, divorce, finances. There's so many things in the world today that has so much stress with it. But the main thing is to know that there is hope. And there are people that genuinely care about you, that want to help you. Amen. And I just always tell people when they ask me, my main focus for me is prayer and Jesus Christ. I have a scripture for you today, and it's in Proverbs chapter 3, and it's verses 5 and 6. This is the Amplified version. It says, lean on, trust in, and be confident in the Lord with all your heart and mind, and do not rely on your own insight or understanding. In all your ways, know, recognize, and acknowledge Him, and He will direct and make straight and plain your paths. And that is so true. So many times we take everything that we do upon ourselves and we don't trust in Him, and we don't trust in prayer, and we lean into our own understanding. And I know for me, that has caused me some grief. So, but I just want to let you know that there is someone that cares, and there are people out there that is trying to make a difference in the world, that's trying to make a difference just in our community, and it takes everyone working together.
Yes.
And I wanted to let you know that there are meetings. I want to get this out there. There are meetings, NA meetings, AA meetings that's going on in the community. And on Monday evenings is Better Days, and that's at the Christian school behind Grandview on Iowa Avenue. And they serve a meal every Monday. And then they have someone speaking, and it's Christ-centered. And then on Tuesday nights, there is Living in Balance at Community Corrections. And I believe that starts at 7. And on Thursday evenings, there's an NA group at the Community Corrections also. And the Parish House on 6th and Eastern is an AA group. And on Friday nights at Calvary Baptist Church, there's Celebrate Recovery. And on Saturday in Richmond on the State Hospital grounds, there's an NA group, and it starts at 7 o'clock also. And these are just places that you can go if you are struggling with addiction. It's places that, are offering help. And then on Wednesday and Sunday mornings, we have a lot of churches in the areas that would welcome anyone that would like to come. There's van services through a lot of the churches, and anyone that would want to attend, I'm sure if you call one of your local pastors, they would make sure that you were able to get there. But I just want to go right into the program and start talking with Vonda. And I'm excited on everything that she has coming up, excited on what's going on in the community. And if you think there's nothing going on, just hold and see. Because there's a lot going on. Without further ado, welcome Vonda Bishop. It's so good to have you, Vonda.
Thank you, honey. Nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's good to have you here. We go back a long way.
We do, from our childhood and our parents.
Yes, and our parents, our moms were
going to church
good
together.
friends.
Yeah.
I just think that's cool. And now here we're working for the kingdom in that same realm that they did.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Another generation.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think what we're trying to do for our city and the area is take that generation to the next step, to the next generation. And if somebody doesn't see us doing things, then they're not going to pick up our mantles and take it on to the next generation. So I try to train. That's a big thing to me, is training the next generation.
Absolutely.
I do a lot of youth conferences, and I try to speak into a lot of young people's lives, and you just see sharing so much hurt, and that's mostly what the part of our ministry of outreach is reaching out to the younger generation. So coming up August the 8th, Stacy, forget Michelle Fox, and Stephanie McCann have came together and bringing to the community what we've tried to do for years, and it seems like it always got crossed over. You know, this person would be doing this and you would be doing that, and then it gets, you know, done by 2 or 3 different people. So this year they have had a wonderful idea. Michelle contacted me, and they're going to bring together the community doing a thing called Care Project. And it's going to be backpacks for the kids, and it's going to be all the churches coming together.
Isn't
and
that great?
Lot of businesses, and we're going to do it one night. It's going to be at the John Miller Building in Roberts Park on August the 8th from 2 o'clock until 8 p.m. People will be able to come and bring their children. They'll receive a ticket. They'll get checked in, and they're going to have haircuts. I think they've contacted you. Yeah. They're going to do haircuts all day for these kids, get them ready for school, and they will get their needs, their backpacks, their supplies, and everything will be done. We've rented the building for the whole day, or the city has donated. I don't know how they're doing that, but we'll be there all day long, and the kids. So if you want to give, if anybody out there wants to donate, you can do it in a monetary gift, or you can call. We'll give some phone numbers at the end, and you can call us, and we'll be glad to come and pick them up, or give you a place where you can mail in the check. And I just think it's going to be an awesome, with all the churches coming together, Calvary Baptist, Baptist Temple, you know, all the pastors that we know in the area, and they're just going to pull together and do this together. So it's called Care Project, and it'll be done every year annually. If this goes over well and everybody participates and we get everything we need, it'll be an annual thing. Yeah. And I'm excited about it because we did backpacks, as you know, in the area for probably 10 years, and we didn't do them last year because we were getting overlapped by so many people.
So many other organizations.
Yeah. And so now everybody's coming together. Yeah. So I think that's going to be a great outreach for us this year.
And you know, that takes so much, and that's how we should do it, is everybody work together. Yeah. We can accomplish so much more.
And you need the workers. We need workers. We need people that will come that day. School teachers. I'm going to be over the backpacks. Michelle and them are going to be over the haircuts, and then Stephanie's going to be like supervising the whole thing. So if you want to work that day, you know, notify us and say, you know, I want to jump on board. We're having a meeting. There'll be one in July, and we'll get with you on when the meeting is. And we're going to keep it going and work really hard. We're getting ready to put boxes out in the community. So if you go to a local bank or one of your churches or different beauty salons and hairdressers, there will be boxes there with information about what you can drop off. You know, if somebody wants to buy 100 folders at 15 cents a piece, that's $15.
Right.
You know, so there's a lot of things that we can do to make this happen and make it good. You know, I like to do things with the spirit of excellence if I'm going to do it.
Absolutely.
And so we work really hard. We have a lot of people that help us, and I think it's really, really going to be a great day. So that's August the 8th. You can just come that day. It's going to be free. They're going to have a Cartwell food are going to be there, and they're going to give 500 people dinners that day, like lunch sacks, I think, for the kids and stuff. So there's going to be 500 of those, 500 backpacks, plus everything. There's going to be games. There's going to be a lot of games going on that day for the kids. So I think it's going to be
just
a great,
fun time.
Yeah, great community outreach that day, and I think a lot of people will get involved in it, and we appreciate their help because you can't do it alone.
No. And and with kids, and this as well, I can remember when I was a child, I mean, getting that backpack, getting a new pair of shoes, getting clean socks,
Getting to go to
just
school and
getting a
have that like everybody
haircut.
else.
Yeah.
It makes you feel really good, and
Yeah.
that's what we want to do. It's for the less fortunate children in our area, and there's a lot of that going on. And they have the statistics that so many kids don't even get to eat a meal on the weekends
Yeah.
when they go to school, or they when school's out, the community tries to keep the lunch going on.
Yeah.
I think it's at the junior high or Maplewood or somewhere where they
Yeah.
get to go eat lunch, and
They have it in different areas. They have it over by Industrial
they
Park,
can meet and go
yeah,
get
and they
something.
can go eat at different times of the day.
Yeah, I think it's a wonderful thing. And, like you said, there's so much going on in our community for outreach. And if people don't know it and they don't know about it, they don't have access to it.
Exactly.
So check with the Division of Family and Children. We usually have posters there, of what's going on. You can go to the News Examiner and find out what's going on if you don't have cable TV. There's just all kinds of different ways you can, find out where the outreaches are to help people. So
Absolutely.
I think it's going to be an awesome thing. So that's CARE Project, August the 8th at the John Miller Building.
And sometimes we think, because we live in a small community and we think everybody knows everything that's going on.
Yeah.
And they don't.
Right.
You would just be surprised that people, well, we advertise it on the radio, we
People
advertise
say,
it
I didn't watch that.
on the
I didn't listen."
newspaper, we've done it this way, or they don't go to church, or they don't hear about it. So, and it's like you said, if we can just get the word out there
Right.
and let people know, what's going on, exactly what is going on in our
Right.
community.
I think
That's like
that's
the
good.
House of Ruth. We've been there 6 years, and people say,
Yeah.
well, I didn't even know we had a place like that in Connersville.
Right.
And so it's just getting that word out there, letting people know, and that's why I say, that's one reason, like with this show and stuff, I mean, I want to get the word out there to let people know people are working in this community, trying to make a
Right.
difference, doing things, helping children, helping families, helping,
Yes.
in so many different ways.
Well, most of our things that we do, Sharon, are on our outreach center is all for this community.
Yeah.
It doesn't go outside of Fayette County. Everything we've ever done has been for this area. And this year will be I think it's our 11th year of doing the Christmas for the children. And that's been my heartbeat. I mean, I could talk about that all day, but we have so much help, and so many people help us in financial donations, and we go do all the shopping. We spend one day and we go do all the shopping for these children. And now Reed Hospital has joined in, because you had those people helping you for General Christmas and have handed down the shoes to us. And Reed Hospital last year, they bought us about 270 pairs of tennis shoes.
They're phenomenal.
They're phenomenal, and may have been more than that. May have been like 500 total.
Yeah.
But they were just so good about helping us, and all these kids go home with new shoes.
Yeah.
I'm a shopper. I'm a discount shopper. I'm an on sale buyer. I was in traveling, and I don't know if I was in Virginia or somewhere. We stopped at a JCPenney store, and they had these boots, all the little boots clearanced. And I said, if you'll give me a certain price on these, I'll buy everything you've got on the shelf. So I was in there traveling and stuffing all these shoes in my car. But we bought all the little fuzzy boots for these girls for $3 a pair. So I'm just like, I'm all the time looking and seeing where we can go to help other people. And that's my heartbeat.
My mind goes back, and I know you remember this, but there was a little boy at one of your Christmases, and you had given him all the toys, and you had given him all the, the food and the drinks. And when he put on his tennis shoes.
That was one of our first Christmas parties that we had.
Put on his tennis
Second
shoes.
one, I think.
And literally did a little
he
dance
lapped
and
the
ran
gym.
around. Yeah.
He said, I've never had a new pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Can I put mine on right now?
Yeah.
And I think it was our first Christmas, and I got the flu, and I didn't get to go. So my husband was there, and he said that little boy touched his heart and broke his heart, and he was just, so happy to have that new pair of shoes. That made his Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
And he did laps in that gym for those tennis shoes. So one of our board members, May Barrett, she's really into the shoe thing. That's her heartbeat. And she says, we'll do anything to get those kids a pair of shoes. So we have cookouts locally that we do, sell hamburgers and hot dogs, and the benefit of everything we do goes towards the children. We're having a boot drive, and we'll have another one December the 2nd, I think we have a boot drive coming up, and people are very generous and they give for the boot drive. So, Sharon, we just try to do what we can do, and without the help of the community, none of us can do anything. But our community is a very giving community.
It is.
People
It is.
reach out to people, and I would like to see our community come back together again. I would like to see more love and more help for one another in our community, because I've been here all my life. You've been here all your life.
Yes.
It looks like we're staying here.
Looks like we're here for the duration.
Looks like we're here for the duration. And so I just think, the more we can do to help people, God will help us as we help other people. And He blesses those that puts their hands to work. And if we're not willing to work and put our hand to the plow, then what good are we? So we're both willing to work. We both worked hard to do a lot of things for our community. And I can call Sharon and she can call me, and that's why we're here today.
Yeah, exactly.
And we just want to reach out to the community. So I'm just excited, and I'm willing to work as long as my body is able. As long as I'm able.
Sometimes we got to have a break. We're not getting any younger.
I say Florida vacation, but that doesn't always happen either.
No,
but we travel all the time, but we still, try to do our outreach in the area.
Absolutely. I know with what that you do and everything that happens, and we get a lot of negative responses about Connersville, Fayette County, but I have found in everything that I have done, this is one of the most caring and giving communities that I've ever been around.
Yeah.
And I'm like you, I've been a lot of places, and I just, I know we get negative responses, but I'm telling you, there's some good people.
Well, you'll get negativity everywhere you go.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what you try to do, you're going to have people throw, things at you. But
Yeah.
you just got to keep looking forward and not look to the left or to the right, but just keep your eyes on the prize. And, you know what, in your heart, you know what you're doing it for. And that's really all that matters, because you only have to answer to Him when it's over with.
Focus.
That's right.
Focus on Him and what He wants us to do, what He's
Just
called
like
us
you
to
read
do.
this morning,
Yeah.
And I just text that to my granddaughter last night, because we do get lost in our ways sometimes, but if we stop, instead of keep trying to go, just stop and refocus and say, what's my purpose? What's the plan that you have for me? And God will bring us back into.
Yes, He does.
Yeah, every time.
Yes, He does.
It's like, wait on me.
Okay, Lord, it's me again.
Yeah, it's me again, Lord.
Yeah.
But like I said, we're excited. I don't know if you want me to go ahead and tell about.
Go ahead and tell what's coming up. Vonda has a lot of stuff coming up. A lot of
Too
stuff.
much, but in August, this is our 5th or 6th year. I'll have to have my secretary look it up. But we will have our Summer Song Fest, and it is in the Roberts Park in the amphitheater. It's an awesome night of worship. We bring in groups from Nashville, Tennessee, from all around, and have a whole night of worship under the stars.
Great.
It is a wonderful night. The glory of the Lord has came in that auditorium so many times, and it's outside, and there's just something about being under the stars in the open sky. Everybody's tried to get me to move it, but I just love it right there. And Pastor Tim Billups came last year from Baptist Temple, and he goes, I only had one problem with it, and he goes, the seats. So bring a cushion. But he enjoyed it last year, and actually they offered their church to us to have it there if we ever want to do that, and that's awesome, I think, from him. But anyway, back to Summer Song Fest. It will be August 26th. The doors will open at 5 o'clock, and at 6:30 the concert begins. We have the Bowling family, which is Kelly and Mike Bowling from Nashville, Tennessee. They're an awesome group.
Yes, they are.
Anointed, have the love of God in their hearts for people, and they will be there this year. Also, Adam Crabb will be there, and he's a phenomenal young man. He can play the harmonica like no other.
Oh, yeah.
And he has joined the Gaithers recently, so we had to change our date because of his scheduling. We were going to have it August 19th, but we had to change it because of his scheduling. So he will be here with us. And then also this year, first and new, we have Jeremiah Yoakum. And if you don't know him, you can YouTube Jeremiah and listen to his music.
He's great.
He is phenomenal. They have a huge church in Danville, Kentucky, and God has allowed me to be affiliated with them, and his anointing is just amazing. Actually, Mike Bowling told me last year, he goes, if you get Jeremiah, please get us back, book us together.
Yeah.
So I'm just excited this year. I just don't know what's going to happen, but
It'll be good.
It'll be good.
It'll be good.
We do sell tickets to this event. We have lowered the ticket price this year. They're they're $15 a piece. And if you buy 4 or more, they're $10 a piece. So we have businesses in town. Sharon will have some up at, what's your beauty shop's name now?
Just Teasing.
Just Teasing. They'll have tickets up there. Eric Hopkins has them at Hopkins Insurance. You can contact our ministry to get those. Our phone number is 765-827-4844. Leave us a message. We will get back with you if you want to purchase tickets. There's different places in town you'll be able to buy them. We'll have ads in the newspaper and things like that. But all of that money goes into our outreach fund for our children's Christmas. We'll have backpacks finished by then, but that will go into our children's Christmas fund. And that helps us greatly. That's one of our hugest outreaches for the Children's Christmas Fund. So we have sponsors that come together that help sponsor the Summer Song Fest, and that covers the cost of us getting the musicians in. A lot of people say, I've never paid to go to any Christian thing in my life. It's not about that.
It's about the kids.
It's paid for already. The singers are paid for by our sponsors. They help us every year do this. And so when we collect those ticket money, that is our outreach. Jeremiah said, I've never went anywhere, but I'm doing this for you. He's never charged. I said, it's not charging. It's an outreach for the children.
Yes.
So when you give $10 for a ticket, that's going into our outreach fund for our children's Christmas. So that's our huge outreach. And then on Saturday, August 27th, we have our annual Ride for a Child. And they are going to meet there at the amphitheater at 11 o'clock. They're going to leave at noon. Blanche and Brian Gallimore, they are the host for us for that. And I think we've did that for over 10 years now. We've had the Ride for a Child. So it's a wonderful day. When you come back to the park after they do their ride, we will furnish food for you that day. So there will be a cookout there for you. If you're riding in the ride, your food will be furnished. So you just go and ride, enjoy your day, and then when you come back, we'll have food there for you. So all the donations for Ride for a Child also goes into our outreach fund. So those are 2 huge events that we have coming up in August, and that's a lot of work. So besides doing the backpacks August 8th, we'll have this August 26th and 27th.
Yeah. But as many kids at Christmas, how many did you have last year?
I don't have the count for sure, Sharon, but it was between 235 and 250 kids, because sometimes we'll do families.
Yeah.
Like we'll get food for families, or we'll do something for a whole family that we know have special needs and things like that. But it's over 200 always.
Oh, I'm sure.
And since you didn't do Gentle Christmas this year, that kind of, added a little bit of kids to our area, because there's a lot of businesses that do Christmas.
Yes.
Stance in different places help with kids' Christmas. St. Gabriel's, I know, does that. So ours isn't the only one, but we do have over 200 kids every year. And it's huge, it's big, and they all get a new pair of shoes. They all get a complete outfit. They all get a toy of their choice, because we let them fill out a form. And if you want to get signed up for the Christmas outreach, probably in November, you'll go to the Division of Family and Children. They take all of our names. That's where we get our families and our names from. And so that's a really big help to us. The Division of Family and Children are awesome to work with. And we get all of our kids from there, and then we do take in some that don't go to the Division of Family and Children. And what I like to give is, if the parents are trying, and they just can't, they're not poor or anything, they're working hard, and they cannot make ends meet, we want your kids. We want your kids. If you're a single mom or a single dad and you have no way to pay for Christmas and your kids aren't going to get anything, we want to give your kids Christmas.
Absolutely.
That's what it's about to me. Some of the hardworking parents some girls are going to school, and they're trying to go to school and juggle a job and try to do all this.
Raise their kids.
Raise their kids too. So that's what our Christmas is about. So get a hold of Division of Family and Children in November. Get your kids signed up, and don't let them do without Christmas.
Right. And one thing too, and I don't know if I should say this or not, but you were talking about doing the, bringing back your dinner, your banquet. Yes, and everyone enjoys that, and you didn't do it last year.
Last year I kind of took a break from it, and everybody's like, we want you to bring this back. And Leonard Urban said, that was my getaway. That was the nicest thing I ever went to, where I sat down and I didn't have to do anything. But that will be December the 10th this year. It's in the Miller Building in the banquet hall. And you have to sign up to come and buy a ticket. Because your meal is fully furnished. It's a huge meal, isn't it, Sharon?
Yes, it is. It's wonderful.
Catered. You get
You
to
get to
dress
dress
up.
up.
Yeah, the ladies all
Yeah.
get to dress up and wear gowns, and we have special singers come in, and it's just a night of worship to celebrate the birth of our Savior and Jesus Christ, and then we take up an offering there, and God blesses us. We get a good offering from that, and
Yes.
it's such a blessing to us. And I
Yeah.
think last year our funds was a little bit down because we didn't have
You
the
didn't
dinner.
have the dinner.
Yeah, but God came through, and we ended
Yeah.
up getting all we needed. By the time we went shopping. But the Christmas in the Park is what it's called, and it's a beautiful night. Like I said, it's catered, and you can call our office and get tickets when it's close to the time to do that. And
Are you doing the photography again?
yeah, we'll have photography.
Yeah.
You can get your pictures taken.
And
That's
that
a
makes
nice
it so nice. I mean, you're all dressed up
Yeah.
with your husband or your boyfriend, and it just gives
We've had
you.
people get engaged. We've had people
Yeah.
do engagements at the
Yeah.
Christmas in the Park, and we
Yeah.
are working on the horse and carriage ride again this year
yeah.
too. So if we have that, that's a big asset to the people like to do that. So that's a lot of fun too.
You know, before my dad passed away, you did the
Yes.
carriage, and him and my mom, I'm not
And we got pictures
exaggerating,
of them.
They had, I think he just smiled
Like a
ear
little
to
child
ear.
again.
Yes, he was. He said, I've always wanted to do that. And he was able to do that. So that's just memories. And I don't think we ever missed one.
No, you
I
didn't.
think because it was just such a pleasure.
It is. And it's
And-
relaxing. You don't have to do anything.
Just
We have
sit
all the
down
work
and
done.
enjoy it. And the Reed family, are
The
they going
Reed
to
family
be there?
will be there
Yeah.
with us this year. We will have another special guest. We don't have that all put together yet, but
Yeah.
the Reed family will be there, and they're phenomenal. Everybody loves them.
Oh, yeah. They're great people.
Yeah.
Music-wise, that you just can't find any better.
Yeah, I know. So we're praying
So,
about who else
yeah.
will be our guest, and
Good.
that'll be the Christmas in the Park. And then on December the 16th will be the children's party, and we bring them to the Miller Building, and we get pizza for all those kids. The hospital here locally donates cookies and different things for us too, and the kids come and they sign in, and then we have a big party for them. And Sharon, some of those kids never have a slice of pizza. They don't know what getting a pizza is about, and
Yeah.
it's just awesome to watch them.
And that's the whole point of all of this, is just reaching out to the community, doing things for the community, and just having the heart.
It is.
You know, having the heart.
Well, to hug those
There's-
kids, they ran up. Oh, Mrs. Bishop,
Yeah.
thank you so much. And they're crying. And we give
Oh,
away
yeah.
bicycles, too.
Yeah.
If you have a new bicycle and you haven't ridden it, it's hanging in the garage, we'll take your bike. My husband
they'll
said,
give 'em
I have
away."
to get a storage building. But
Yeah.
we give bicycles away. And I think last year we gave 20-something bicycles
Isn't
away.
that awesome?
We have drawings. And these, can I tell this story? I don't know how much time you have, real quick.
We have a couple minutes.
Okay, this little girl came in year before last, and we had a little princess bike down front, and she wanted that bike. When she come in, her eyes just lit up. She was like 3 years old, and her grandmother had brought her to the party, and she saw the bike, and she was just shaking. She wanted that bike, and we do a drawing. So the grandma said, well, let's just sit here and pray, and if it's meant for you to have that little bike or some other little child, we'll just leave it into the hands of the Lord. So they had a little prayer at their table. She was the first number that we called. She jumped and screamed and ran, and it was just, it made my night, because
yeah.
God moved and she got the bike, and we didn't know it, and she was the first one that we drew out. So this is a lovely night. And like I said, all of this goes towards community. It's not about ourselves. We don't take a salary from it. We have 2 accounts. It's total outreach, and God really, He blesses us to bless
He
others.
does.
He will bless you when you are blessing others.
That's right. And that's what it's all about. And it has been such a pleasure.
Well, thank you for having me.
I have enjoyed this so much. I think I've smiled the whole time that she's been here, because this is what I like to do. I like giving you hope.
Yes.
And that's what this is about. That's what she does. Giving these kids hope, showing them love, giving them a hug, giving them some toys. And we look forward to seeing you next month. This will be aired the whole month of July. Tell everyone, get all of your dates together, and God bless every one of you.